catch up on some news for those that's not tapped in. Y'all know how y'all be. So, no further ado. Nepal flood, death tolls rise to 300 plus and 1,500 missing. Graphic footage. If you ain't into videos like this, skip this. So, let's check this out, man.
We are continuing to follow more breaking news updates out of Nepal. The Associated Press reporting that at least now 273 people have been killed, more than 1,300 still missing, including foreigners and pilgrims. Hundreds have been displaced across the Himalayan region. This comes as rescue teams are also continuing to search today for all of those who are missing along the Nepal-Tibet border after the collapse of a glacier sent a deadly wall of water and mud several stories high, tearing through communities a day earlier. A lot to discuss about the response, so joining us next to do that is Smita Prakash. She is the editor-in-chief of Asian News International. Smita, good to have you on today.
Thank you.
Let's first start with really the devastating images that we're seeing there out of Nepal. And by the way, on the screen, we do have a live look of the aftermath of some of those floods. But talk to us a little bit about the challenges that teams are facing right now, given all of that devastation.
It's actually, the geography it's kind of perfect for flash flood disasters. You know, this entire region, it has unstable glaciers at the very top. It's steep, fragile mountains, and in the middle, there are narrow valleys which act like funnels, and they are heavily populated communities, and the infrastructure there is also very weak downstream. So, you know, there's water, ice, rock, all flowing down from that high plateau. It just moves down, it races downstream with enormous force. So this is the reason why there are, you know, potentially very dangerous glacial lakes in that area, and they send these waters in high speed. So the rescuers...
So has this happened before in this area? That's my question. Because my thing is this, I get it. I mean, you know, civilization got to move on. But my thing is, it's sometimes it's the area they decide to build at. Now, I ain't got no room to talk because, shit, Ohio's full of valleys, you know what I'm saying? But, damn, a glacier? That part right there, I might have to dig some digging in that. I ain't never heard of a glacier on top of the valley is connected to mountains right over here for what it seems from the other videos I've seen, but I was kind of confused on where that water came from. So let's keep it going, man. I ain't no expert. I'm learning just as much as y'all learning right here.
Who now are facing this issue of how to rescue people from that region, and even the lower riparian India is acutely aware that this risk that they are facing as a result of that. Since yesterday, disaster management teams have been working to rescue people.
That's not even the video I saw first.
Has said on Thursday morning that there is just about like 72 hours where more flooding could happen as a result of that. There's a barrier lake upstream where in the Himalayan border region that it could break up again. So that would complicate rescue efforts. Now there's a 72-hour window for rescue before this barrier lake floods more areas downstream, and what Chinese Central Television has said that 3 million cubic meters of water is expected to flow down the lake in the next 3 days. So we are looking at rescue efforts which are working at breakneck speed right now with very little resources, but doing that with the fear that there could be more flooding.
So that brings me to this very good point.
So how can they determine when it's going, like where it's going to where the trail is going to continue then? Because the video I saw, man, it looked like that shit. I mean, Mother Nature is scary, bro. The video I saw, bro, it looked like that shit just happened. I mean, it was quick, too. It was like a top footage. It was like a camera on top of another hill connected to a house or whatever, aiming down near a building, and you see the people walking in the road, man. The moment I saw the water coming, I just knew. I was like, ain't no outrunning that shit. From the video I saw, I know they got other angles and stuff too, but I'm gonna get to those later. But let's keep this going. It's crazy.
Point. I mean, you mentioned just the topography there, how the land is situated over in Nepal, and also the potential for more flooding coming up within the next few days. This is already such a catastrophic event. What are teams doing out there to try to evacuate people that are still in the area or get them at a more safer location?
So there are three things which are happening. So this is at the Nepal-Tibet border. Tibet is under China, as you know. So there's the Chinese rescue efforts which are happening. There's the Nepalese rescue efforts. And India has sent in rescue teams too, because among the missing and feared dead, the largest nationality, they are from India. So there are rescue teams from there. They are working under extremely dangerous conditions to find survivors. While fears, of course, of a glacial collapse could happen any minute or in the next few hours, and there's debris flow which is still happening even
Oh
as I
my
speak.
God! Look at that shit,
Happening,
man.
and
God
there are
damn!
thousands of
That's a whole nother.
personnel
This is the
being
footage I
dedicated
saw right
for
here.
land and aerial rescue operations. So this
Man, hold on, man. I was right. There was nothing they can do. There was nothing. There was nothing these people can do, bro.
Debris flow which is still happening even as I speak. There is debris flow
God
happening.
damn!
There are thousands of Nepalese personnel who've been deputed for land and aerial rescue operations. So there's these devastating images
That other shot was crazy.
this is at the Nepal China or Nepal Tibet border, where there were people, there were pilgrims who were going into the Kailash Mansarovar area, and over 100 pilgrims in that area. The other visuals that you are running right now, that is the embankment where hundreds of people are missing in that area. And on the river side,
So I'm assuming this is a whole nother area then. But that one before that is gone. Whatever area that one is completely gone. At least this one's going down the river, at least. But that one footage, bruh, man, nah, man. You can't determine murder. You can't really determine Mother Nature, bruh. You can't determine that. A flash flood? That's what they calling that? Well, we get some floods over here in my areas, you know what I'm saying? But God damn. This is actually the first time I've seen some shit like this.
There are unverified videos,
at least like this,
course,
on this
but,
level.
We are not running those very disturbing videos which have come in. And
This
available
some
on
shit from a
Nepalese
movie,
TV
bro.
as well as Indian television channels of carcasses of human bodies and human and animal carcasses lying on the side of the river.
Go to the bridge.
Where the locals are not going in and bringing those bodies out because there is fear that the river is still at spate. So it's quite devastating. Some of the visuals which are coming in from that area, because there's huge boulders which are and ice and mud and rocks which are just coming in, and every half hour you're seeing huge chunks of debris which are coming in. The geology itself is so fragile, and the slopes are so unstable. And
But if y'all know this, man, that's what I'm saying. If y'all know this, why build communities in those areas? Why even do that? It's the same with here, man. I would never understand why would they build communities in areas where they have tornadoes. You know what I'm saying? I would never understand that, bro. Places that's known for earthquakes. Why would you want to live there? Active volcanoes. Why would you want to live there? I get it. There's a lot of beautiful places around this world, but there's just certain places you just like, look. Apparently, the universe, God, don't want me to be here because that's too much. I'm just saying, bro. And how can you determine? I mean, how can they let's just say they predicted that this was going to happen, bro. Like, how long do civilians got to evacuate the area? Because that shit happened fast. You know what I'm saying? You're not out running no tsunami in no water, bro. Like, bro.
and it's so weak that earthquakes and landslides are commonplace out here. So the locals don't venture when these kind of floods happen.
So there really are a lot of disturbing images. I just want to point that out, what you mentioned there, Smita, that we're getting all of this footage. Really awful what we're seeing here in terms of also people that are being rescued. They're covered in mud. You see all of these towns just completely being wiped out. The death toll continues to climb. People are still missing. We've touched on all of this in this conversation, but as someone who's following this closely, what's something that you think is important for our viewers to know as we keep following the developments of this story throughout the next several days? What's something that they should keep in mind?
Well, this area is, it's a mountaineer's delight. It's anybody who wants to do adventure tourism, wants to head to Nepal to do it. Unfortunately, there aren't enough warning signals which are available about these kind of flash floods that can happen. So initially, when the flood and the mudslide took place yesterday, the first information that came in was that it could be the monsoon rain. And then somebody said, some reports came in, and it was shared by the Nepalese government too, that it could be an earthquake. But all that was dismissed later and said that a large section of a Himalayan glacier, it collapsed at the border, and an enormous amount of ice, rock and debris, it flowed in through the river system. Now this high-speed surge that happens, it gives no warning at all. It's like a wall of water, mud. It just came down the river, and this can happen at any time because these populated settlements, they got no warning, and the locals say that this has happened time and time again. It happened strikingly, it happened at the same place it happened last year too, in 2025. It swept away the Friendship Bridge that linked Nepal and China, exactly the same place where the visuals that you are running right now.
So why would they continue to build in that area if that continues to happen? That's bruh. that's insane, ain't it? If you know a specific area is known for natural disasters, why would you continue to build in that area? I'm just saying. That was my question. Like, what, this happened before? The glacier part, I don't understand. I might have to watch a whole nother video about the glacier part. That definitely be a whole nother video too. But what are the safety? Matter of fact, that's a good question. We're gonna Google this shit, y'all. Hold on, y'all. What are the safety protocols to evading a flash flood?
To avoid a flash flood, move to higher ground right away.
Mm-hmm.
These floods develop quickly, so you may only have minutes to react.
That's it? That's it? That's it? High ground. Bro. Minutes sound like seconds. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Because from where that angle at, bro? Where that angle at, man? That angle they just showed us, bro. Yeah, from just this angle alone.
While fears, of course, of a glacial collapse.
These people moving, the car is going. The cars that didn't make it. That's going down the road.
Flow, which is still happening, even as I speak. There is debris flow happening, and
damn, bro, that's fucking scary, bro.
Personnel who've been deputed for land and aerial rescue operations.
What do you do? What can you do, man? You can't hide in a car. You can't hide in the buildings. You only got a few, bro. Couple of minutes, man. You got a few seconds to get up on top of the damn hill. That's, bruh. That's nuts, man.
National. Smita, we always appreciate your time here at Live Now from Fox. It's a truly devastating story out of Nepal, but obviously search and rescue operations do continue. We just lost that live look there out of Nepal, but Smita, thank you again for joining, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you.
I do want to bring us out to a social media post, though, a courtesy of the U.S. Embassy in Nepal. They issued this a few hours ago. It's quite lengthy, but it says that the U.S. expresses condolences to the victims of the Nepal floods. The United States extends its deepest condolences to the families and loved ones of those who lost their lives in the devastating flash floods in the Rasua district of Nepal. Our thoughts are with all of those affected by this disaster. The State Department is closely monitoring the situation and is deploying a disaster response advisor to the region to support response efforts. The department will also provide $500,000 in assistance through its global award for Catholic Relief Services, supporting emergency shelter, relief items, and water, sanitation, and hygiene assistance to flood-affected communities.
$500,000 for support. Is that in USD? That alone shows y'all, man, if the government really want to, they can help out our communities. I'm just saying. $500,000 just for support. That alone right there. I mean, $500,000 don't sound like a lot of money. Well, it's enough to get some shit started. You feel me? I just thought I'd put that out there.
The U.S. Embassy in Kathmandu is working closely with local authorities to locate and assist U.S. citizens in the affected areas. U.S. citizens in Nepal who need urgent assistance related to the flooding should contact the U.S. Embassy at kathmanduacs@state.gov. And then they strongly encourage citizens that are affected, of course, to continue to reach out and continue to follow them for all of those updates. We'll be right back.
Man, y'all gotta play it safe in the areas y'all move to, for real. You know, if you're planning on moving abroad, you know, outside the nation and whatnot, I mean, you better study the area you live in. You don't know. You just never know. Damn. We literally just slept through a goddamn tornado warning like last week. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, something like that. It didn't even hit us. We just had bad rain for the most part. Why the hell my shit gray like that? What the hell? Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. We back. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. If this happened before in this area, why they continue to build communities there? That's my question. But you see what Google said, how to escape this, and you only got a matter of minutes. And just judging from that angle, that angle, bro, it's crazy. And I'm pretty sure there's more of them. We probably make other videos too showing it if I can find it. But yeah, that's my video, man. Let's stroll through the. Let's see something real quick. Let's get to the comments real quick, man. These poor people, can't imagine those people didn't stand a chance to survive. I swear to God. My deepest sympathy to the families. That's horrible. Scary. Yeah. This is actually terrifying. That's crazy, man. Heartbreaking. Man. That is not water rushing down the valley. It is submit. In a couple of days, it is solidified, and anything buried in it will remain there. Very tragic. Man. Oh my God. And so it starts. Extreme nature disasters are more frequent. This is devastating for the people of Nepal and China. This is horrible. God will be with them. I heard someone ask, what could be more powerful than a nuclear weapon? Someone replied, nature. We're going to end the video with that, bro. Pray for Nepal.